Welcome back to Cats and Cocktails. Today we are going to look at two different alcohol spirits, and we're going to do a little bit of a comparison, and we're also going to talk about the two. So the first one we're going to look at is actually a vodka infusion. So it's Infuse Spirits Vodka, and it's their cinnamon apple. And then the other one we're going to look at is actually a Calvados. So it's going to be a 23-year-old Calvados from Normandy, specifically Le Mont Saint-Michel. Okay, kitten. Yes, and that was one of the kittens. So we're going to be comparing the two. They both have an apple profile, and we're going to see the difference between the vodka with infused apples, and then of course a Calvados is actually it's like a fermented cider, which is maybe simplifying it and might horrify some people, but it's a fermented cider, and then it's aged. So obviously the 23-year aged. I did actually pick this up in France at Le Mont Saint-Michel, and they had I want to say it was like 6 years, maybe like 9 or 13. There were three different age ranges. So like 6 years, 13 years, and like 23 years. This was the oldest one that they had at the shop that I was in. And the 23-year-old one ended up tasting the best, which, I mean, you would hope that it would. Sometimes I can't tell the difference. And sometimes the taste, it's so slightly better. I was like, you may as well get the mid-range one. This one definitely was smoother, noticeably, and was better. So I ended up getting it. So we'll tell you about that one. But we are going to start with Infused Spirits, which is, I think they had, where is it at? It is free of dyes, syrups, or artificial ingredients, which I liked. I hate it when they put weird dyes and stuff in it, and I hate the artificial flavors. Like, you can taste it, it lingers. I don't like it. So I was really excited to read that on this label, and I think it looks really good. I think this looks great on a bar for those of you who care about that type of thing. I think it looks really nice with the little gold. It's a classic color. It's a nice bottle. So, and it has, if you can see that in there, it has the apples. They're like in little circles. So they did them in slices and they cored it, and then it has the cinnamon sticks and stuff in it too. So it's really cool. And this is distilled from grain. It does say it's gluten-free. So there's that. It's a single bottle infusion. It's made with dried gala apples and cinnamon, made by hand, gluten-free. This is batch number 20. And what is the percentage? It is 40% alcohol. So we are going to give this a go. I can get this open. So bad at that. Okay, so we're going to give this a try. Give that a little bit more of a try. Okay, so we're going to check the aroma first. There's definite notes of apple, a little bit hint of cinnamon. The apple is definitely coming through stronger. Ooh. It's a little bitey. And it lingers bitey. Very warming. The apple flavor comes through. You definitely get the hint of cinnamon. The cinnamon is more at the beginning. I don't think that the cinnamon lingers quite as much as the apple does. The cinnamon hit at about the same time. The cinnamon is very much on the front, and then that fades. The apple lingers a little bit more, and then the warmth is what stays. I think it tastes a little bit bitter that it goes through. So if you are definitely more of a, if you don't like your drink sweet, then I mean, this is for you. There's not a lot of sweetness in this. Hold on. There's the barest hint of sweetness at the front of this, because you get that apple flavor and you get that hint of cinnamon, and cinnamon is a sweetness enhancer. So there is the slightest hint of sweetness at the beginning of this. This is not a sweet drink. This is a vodka. Again, no artificial flavors, none of that. So you're not getting any of that saccharine sweetness. this would be a great mixer. You could make, what is that name? Oh, I wish I could remember nouns. Like, so if you're making one of those, and I know this might be an abomination for some of you, but you know, so if you're making a traditional, like whiskey old fashioned, and again, it's a whiskey old fashioned, I understand this. However, like if you wanted to experiment and you wanted to try something different, and you know, whiskey old fashioned for some people it has, you know, you can put that cherry in it. Some people like to switch up the bitters, so that you can make it more of the hint of citrus, or you can play up different things in it. Like if you wanted to try it instead of doing the whiskey and you wanted to do this with a vodka and you have a hint of apple and it's like a play on those flavors because you want that whiskey, this could be an intriguing switch. It has the warmth that I would associate, and I like that apple. So this could be curious. You could try then different garnishes instead of the cherry. You could try just different things. And obviously it wouldn't be an old fashioned, but if you like those flavors, if you like that warmth, if you like, you know, that more of a sophisticated palate, less of the sweetness, slight hint, you could put in different things to play it up. I think this would be a good choice. Okay. Yep. The apple, the cinnamon, you get that first blush, and then it just leaves warmth. That's nice. Let's see why I have that. And again, I think the bottle's pretty. So, all right, so let's go over to the Calvados again. This is the 23-year-old. Yes, I can't pronounce that, even though I've been trying. So this one is, what is this? 42% alcohol by volume, right there. 23 on. So we will give this a go. So for them, they had the different wax colors, denoted the years. So we're gonna pull this cork out. That is a cork. Oh, I just got wax in there. Okay, well, if there's anything green floating in this, it was because I got more wax in the bottle, so my bad. Okay, so you can see there the color. That smells a lot more like apple. The apple comes out quite a bit there. That smells good. You definitely get the hint of alcohol too, but the apple comes out a lot more in the nose on this than in the infused vodka. That is, so it's smoother, but it's still very warming. But it's, I don't know how to describe that other than smoother. It's not as, like, it's not as fiery, like it's not, I don't know, it's not as like prickly in your mouth. I don't know how else to describe that other than it's smoother. Like this is just a smoother flavor. And there is more apple on the nose than there is on the tongue. You get a hint of apple, but not as much as you do with the infused vodka. So this is supposed to be served at room temperature. And if you, so they'll drink it at room temperature. This is very smooth. You would, drink it kind of like you would a whiskey, unless you're one of those people who puts ice in whiskey, in which case you're one of the people who puts ice in whiskey. So you drink this at room temperature. It goes down real easy. Again, it's very smooth. It has a nice aroma. It smells a bit like apples. This is not sweet at all. Barest hint of apples. It's pretty good. You will also find it, so you won't find it under the name Calvados, but if you're in the region, you can also find something, sometimes it'll be labeled Pommeau, and then sometimes it'll be like Pommeau du Normandy. And what that is it's a mixture of about 1/3 Calvados and then 2/3 apple juice. And so obviously that's a lot sweeter because it's 2/3 juice. And so you got all those sugars from the juice, but then you've got the Calvados. And so if you like something sweeter and you just have the Calvados, you can make your own Pommeau de Normandy. So you've mixed it with the apple juice. So if you like a sweeter drink, you can absolutely do that with that. Buy the cheaper stuff then perhaps, unless you're like really picky about that sort of thing. But that goes down really smooth. It has a nice flavor. So again, maybe wouldn't mix the one if you're buying like a 23 year or anything older. They do have older ones. Maybe treat it like a nicer whiskey or a nicer scotch, and just enjoy how smooth it is, how warming it is, the nice aroma, the color, like, you know, kind of treat it more like you would a nice scotch or whiskey. But if you have maybe a younger one, then you can maybe like mix it, you know, enjoy some of that apple aroma in something else. But that is the two of these, the Infused Spirits cinnamon apple, and then the 23-year Calvados, and some of the differences. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you all have a great day. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything in particular you want me to review. Thanks. Bye.